Hi guys, so I'm going to do a video today on how I started my business when I was 15 years old. It's been highly requested. I get a lot of messages about how I started and what I did. So this video will be solely dedicated to my journey. I'm definitely not saying it's the best one or the way to go about it, but it's just what I've done like the past 6.5 years. So hopefully you'll enjoy and we'll get started. So I put up on my Instagram a little questionnaire thing. So you guys could ask me questions about my business. So I've got those written down in my journal. So I'll try and answer those as best as I can. The first question, how long have I been doing this for? I've been doing this for 6.5 years. I started in January 2014, so it's been a long time. I was 15 at the time. What inspired me? I'm really crafty. I love making things. I've always been into arts and different things in school. I just sort of been looking for a part-time job, a casual job while I was at school. No one had hired me. I was looking for a couple months. A friend at the time had a little cousin's birthday, so I wanted to make something for her, but I had no money and I was like, oh, what am I gonna do? So I obviously am very crafty, so I had like a lot of fabric and different bits and bobs sitting around. So I decided to Google things to make for little girls, and it came up with hair bows, a hair bow tutorial. I made some of those and I sort of put two and two together. I saw a sponsored post, I don't know, a couple of weeks before on Instagram, and someone else was selling hair bows from America, I think. And I was like, hang on, I could sell these. Like, they're easy enough. And yeah, so I started making them, made my Instagram, and I made an Etsy account. I think I used the fabrics that I had at home first, but I think I only spent maybe $20, probably not even that, at Spotlight. Here's a photo of what my bows used to look like, and here's a photo of what they look like now. So yeah, they've changed a lot over the years. How did you get so many followers and how did you grow? Disclaimer, first things first, don't do this. I did this and it stunted my growth for the past 6 years. I have had so much trouble growing. If I didn't do this at the start, I probably would have a lot more followers now. It has taken me so long to get up to this point. So with that out of the way, I did follow for follow. Back in the day in 2014, that was like the recommended thing to do and everyone was doing it. So I followed people that would be interested in what I sell, or not even interested. I just followed everyone. So it's taken me a very long time to get genuine followers that are actually interested in my products, because before I would have a lot of followers following me that weren't interacting with my posts, weren't commenting, weren't liking, just scrolling past, or they were just inactive accounts in general. It's only just been like the last 12 months where I've actually started growing again. It has been pretty hard for me to grow over the past few years, so please don't do this. It starts your growth, just don't do it. Grow organically, do not do the follow for follow stuff. Also got sponsored posts posted about me. That's how I grew really big in the US at first, because I would send my products to people in United States or United Kingdom. So I would recommend that. Do paid sponsorships, collabs, that sort of thing. Don't do follow for follow. What products have you sold? I started selling hair bows, and then I started selling chokers, so like necklaces, and that was I think 2015. I made another account called MBTR Apparel. I sold tie-dye tops and tie-dye hats, tie-dye socks. I don't sell them anymore. They don't really match with the direction I'm going with my business now. So that was probably 2016 I started MBTR, or might have been 2015. And I started selling those. I've also sold unicorn headbands. I did those in 2018 or 19. I started selling scrunchies in 2018, I think about August. I started selling them because Matilda from The Bee and the Spider contacted me and wanted me to do scrunchie tutorials in her workshop. So I was like, oh, I've never made these before, but sure, I'll give these a go. And then I just started selling them, and that's been like my biggest seller. That's how I've grown for the past 2 years, so thank you, Matilda. But yeah, so I've made a few different things over the years, mostly all hair accessories besides the tie-dye stuff. What platforms do you sell on? I started on Etsy about 6.5 years ago. I am still on Etsy, but I decided to make my own website as well because the fees are pretty high, which it is worth it because Etsy is its own searchable platform, so you can get seen. Whereas if you have your own website, you have to drive your own traffic. But I'll do another video on that in the future. So yeah, I've got Etsy, and in February of this year, I made Madebytaylahrose.com, and that's through the platform Shopify. So I quite like Shopify. It is really easy to use, very easy to design the website. I mean, my website's not the best because obviously I did it myself with no prior knowledge, but yeah, that's what I've done. Are you full-time, or what else do you do? I am full-time making scrunchies. I decided to do full-time at the end of last year. Before that, I was working at another retail store. I decided to quit my other retail job and really focus on Madebytaylahrose. Also this year, I decided to start uni. I was like, let's just do it. I'm doing that full-time as well. So I've sort of got, a bit of a juggle happening between uni and this. What sewing machines do you use? So I have the Alna Experience 550. I love it. It does 700 stitches per minute, I believe. And it's just a really nice computerized machine. I also have the Singer Industrial. I think it's 4423, or very similar in numbers. Yeah. So that one is not computerized, but it is really fast. It's 1100 stitches per minute, I believe. So it is insanely fast. Yeah, it is a really amazing machine. So I use both of them pretty much the same amount. I also have an Air Artist Alna machine, which is an embroidery machine, and that is pretty amazing as well. Do you have anyone else helping? So at the moment, no. I would love to employ someone, but I just don't know how at the moment, and I don't know if it would be beneficial to me at this point in time. When I did my bushfire appeal scrunchies and when I did my Simpson scrunchies, I probably needed the help. I did need the help. When I did the bushfire appeal scrunchies, I did get a bit of help from Eileen, my friend, and JD, and I also got help from my grandma as well. Grandma does help me a bit. She flips the scrunchies inside out and then puts the elastic through. So she does that when I'm a bit stuck for time. So when I've got way too many orders, especially with my Simpson scrunchies, so I gave her a full bag. I think I had about 300 scrunchies in there, and she helped me do those ones. Do you do ads? Sometimes. Like I do sometimes on Instagram. I'll pop an ad up. I don't really see a lot of followers or purchases from them. I don't think that that's beneficial for me. That could be different for other people. How do I market my business? So, as I said before, I don't really do that many Facebook ads or Instagram ads. I don't really pay for that. I like to collab with people. I don't do it as often now. I really should though. Recommend collabing with particular people. I get a lot of messages from people with not many followers or not very good pictures. So just make sure you go for the people that kind of know what they're doing. They don't have to have a lot of followers, but you know, more than 50. Because yeah, so you want to go for people that you think will help benefit your business. I also promote my page in Facebook groups, particularly Melbourne Girl Pals and Advice. But I also do all like the handmade groups as well. But obviously a lot of times my posts don't get traction, but sometimes they do. So yeah, it just depends. Do you ever have to write off scrunchies because they're faulty or not up to standard? Yes, it's very rare, but I do occasionally twist the elastic by accident, or I miss my label when I sew. So when I'm sewing, especially with velvets, they'll go wonky. It'll go screw if. Or I miss the label completely and you can pull it out or half pull it out. So those ones I usually just give to friends and family. I don't throw them out or anything. So when did you first get consistent sales? So I'm just looking at my Etsy now, which I started off with and the place I was selling. So I made around $4,000 in the first year. That was pretty good for a 15-year-old just starting off. 301 orders and I had 14,000 views. So yeah, that's pretty amazing for just starting off for that first year from January to December. I think it's mostly because of the collabs I did, especially for United States when I'd send products over there. The year I was in year 12, I only got 120 orders because I was not putting a lot of effort into Madebytaylahrose. Obviously, Etsy wasn't the only platform I was making money. I also did just through PayPal or just through bank deposit. From the start, I was pretty much making consistent money for my age. It wouldn't be enough to probably be sufficient for someone that was, you know, doing this full time, but it was a good amount of money for a 15-year-old just to have. And I wish I saved more. That's probably my one tip if you are starting and you are quite young, please save. How do I manage full-time business with full-time uni? Straight answer is, it's hard. It's a lot of like juggling around. I put my business first. That is like my heart and soul into my business. I will find time each week to do university. At the moment, I'm doing a Bachelor of Business with a major in marketing. I started that this year in 2020, and I do that online. I decided to do it online because I'm from Gippsland, and the university I wanted to attend, which is Swinburne, that is it is 2 hours away at least from me. And I was not going to spend that time traveling there and traveling back or wasting time like that. I couldn't do it, no way. So I didn't want to spend, 10 hours a week on public transport or having to live up there. Just wasn't for me. So I just decided to do it online, and I teach myself, and that's what I prefer to do. I plan my time wisely. So I try and be in front of uni, so then if I do have a really busy week with orders, I'm not struggling to get my assignments in at the end of the week. For anyone wanting to do uni as well as like a full-time job, whether that be handmade or just full-time in general, I do recommend online. But online works if you can teach yourself. If you find that you won't be able to do that, online might not be beneficial for you. There was a couple tips in this video definitely to take from this. Don't do follow for follow, please. It will stunt your growth in the future, and it will be really hard to grow. Hopefully this video gives you a bit more insight into what I've been doing for the past almost 7 years. If you have any questions, comment down below, and make sure you like and subscribe for more videos. I'll be doing more videos in the future. Okay. I've talked for too long now, so I'm gonna go. Bye.